Okay.
So let me find it.
John, you want to walk around and talk about any of this?
Yeah, just kind of looking at what's left, you know. My voice says I'm like a frog, but power's out at the shop today. Like 90,000 some people out of power. Big storm last night. We decided to come in to Nick's place. Nick was gracious enough to loan us his shop here to tear this thing down. A couple goofy things that you can kind of look at. Most of the heat was on kind of like around the front and went through the firewall. If you can get that firewall picture, like it blew or melted through the firewall basically, and then came straight over to the driver's side. Basically came right over to the driver's side. See, the shifter is melted, and then that cable right there next to the shifter with the melted red handle, that's the fire bottle handle. I pulled it. I don't know if it was melted at the time I pulled it or not, but there it was. But you can see the you're showing the fire bottle nozzle placement.
Where's that?
I'll show you. Some like right here's outside the little shop.
That one's out of here.
So right there's one nozzle, back side of the engine, and you can see like the spray pattern on the block and on the top. It's a multi-angle nozzle coming towards the turbo side. That's one of them. And that is another one.
And like the 4 inch.
So another nozzle here sprays in the turbo and on the block area that way.
You want to spin that?
Yeah, it ate some hood, but turbine wheel's still on it, but all of the hood kind of sucked in here and melted it down. So it ate hood chunks. It pulled chunks of carbon fiber out of it. And then the turbine wheel,
Yeah.
it's still on there, looking good.
Yep.
And then all of this here, like manifold was intact, all the fuel lines are intact. All the rocker arms are intact. They rolled the motor over.
Yeah. Nothing's cracked on any of that.
We have in the past broke some rocker arm bolts, I guess,
Yeah.
on occasion, but all that stuff's intact.
This says the heat.
So basically, if you look at the heat, like most of it came in the firewall, got straight across to the driver's side. Like this fender is more intact than the other fender.
I think this tire was aired up. It still had air in it.
Burn up.
Oh, the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 tires and 1 had air in it.
Okay. Anything about back here?
So one of the parachutes was on fire as soon as it came out, I guess. One of them was still on it. And then here's the bags that the parachutes were in. One parachute pretty much burned up and burnt loose. You can see down there the attachment points. One's gone and one's almost broke.
Yeah.
But the fire got under it quick.
Somebody did send a video from the side that
Basically,
parachutes were deployed.
Yeah, this is the fire bottle stuff, and nitrous is down in here.
There's a glove in there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a safety pin that goes in the bottle back here. That was definitely out.
Yep.
The fire suppression definitely went off, but it didn't seem like it helped a whole lot.
You needed those engine nozzles pointed at you
So it's
a little more.
on this side, the driver's side, you see way more heat on this side.
Yeah.
Like it came right at my face.
Yeah.
And there's a nozzle underneath the steering wheel on the steering column, basically.
All these windows are melted. This your door or the other side door?
That's the passenger
Yeah,
side.
Other
passenger
side
door.
door.
Driver's side door, there was nothing left of.
Pretty much nothing left of the driver's side door. But basically, this is where the steering wheel attached, and there's a nozzle right under here.
This?
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything's drippy and
Might be on the other side. There's this hard line right here goes to it.
melted and hanging.
Yeah, it's this hard line here, so it's this nozzle right here. And it basically sprays.
Or anything.
It fans out on me in the transmission, basically, the way that it's angled.
So, do you want to assess, like, how you got out? Everybody wants to know how the hell you got out of this.
It said as soon as it blew up, there was like fire in the cab, like on my face. And
No, you won't. I don't think you can.
pull the chutes, hit the brakes. It wasn't stopping fast enough, so I slid it sideways to try to skid it to stop faster. As it was sliding, I was trying to pull the window net down.
Do you have an 8mm?
I grabbed the fire bottles,
The wires?
unbuckled, and I couldn't get the steering wheel off. There was flames like right on the steering wheel. It was burning my hands trying to get the steering wheel off. So
Yeah.
that's why I got blisters on my fingers
Yeah, and we need to see your fire suit too. Show us your knees.
and my knees.
'Cause
It
we
was
don't-
on my knees.
We don't know if the knees are burnt or road rash from climbing
The
out. We
knees
need
of
to
the
see
seat's
the
not pretty
suit.
good.
Yeah,
So something was blowing this way on the steering wheel connection point
Yeah.
in my knees.
he fought the steering wheel to get it off. Was
Yeah.
that a plastic mechanism or metal
It's billet aluminum.
to get off?
Yeah, I think maybe it got hot and it couldn't squeeze it. I smacked it and beat it around a couple times, and wiggled the wheel, pushed and pulled it, grabbed it again, and then it finally came off.
The fire was coming right under the steering wheel
Yeah,
while
you can
his
see exactly
hands and his knees trying to get that shit off.
kind of where it came.
Number 1 and 2 are definitely.
I didn't have to open the door; it was already gone when I jumped out. The door was already gone.
Okay, and then you have the belt, you have the handset. What else do you have holding you in? The net on the side?
Yeah, the net. So the net was the first thing I took down. Took the net down probably about the same time I pulled the fire bottle. I just did the net, fire bottle, because I'm still sliding. When I pulled everything, I was still moving. And then pulled the harness release on the belts and tried to get the steering wheel off, and it wouldn't come off.
Yeah, I saw
So I
pieces
tried to
of
get
your-
out with the steering wheel still on, and it wasn't happening. So, and then that's when I got pissed and started beating the steering wheel, and I was going to break it off, but I finally got it off. But my hands paid the
Doesn't
price
matter
on
anymore.
I saw pieces of the belt in there.
that. There's a couple little remnants of it.
Whittled aluminum.
So, yeah, some of it's stuck. Yeah. Yep. So basically, some kind of high pressure. Let's balloon the oil tank a little bit. You can see that. I ballooned the fuel tank, and then the fuel tank split. But
Anything that's lines disintegrating.
yeah, so basically the way the tanks work, there's two vents off the valve cover to vent pressure into the oil tank, and then the oil tank vents into the top frame rail. Fuel tank vents into the top frame rail. Then it goes all the way back to the back of the car in the frame rail to that little breather tank in the back. So whatever happened, it had so much pressure so fast that it couldn't vent pressure, I guess, so it swelled the tanks up and this one split. But there's still fuel in this thing, right?
Yeah, there's still a little bit
Still
of fuel
oil.
in there, and it's still oil.
Oil and fuel.
Yeah, not much, but there's some in there yet.
Yeah. So, basically still looking at stuff.
Okay, so anybody that come in late, look at all the shit melted on the transmission. Yeah. John said he thought there was an explosion in here, but all of this is intact.
Yeah. Yeah. There was so much fire inside immediately after the explosion. I thought the transmission blew up in my face.
Hole
But
through the ground. Quit going so thin on this shit. We ain't gotta be this light. This shit just melts off of y'all.
That's the one that's all.
But yeah, that's always been like that.
Yeah. So, power's out at the shop. Hopefully it'll come on later. We had tornadoes come through last night. So, we're assessing this. The guys are getting ready to crack all this stuff open. They're dying to know what's up.
Yep, but motor turns over, the crank turns over, the rods are still in it, the oil pan's off of it, the rocker arms all move, everything's all intact, there's no blown out head gasket chunks. All I know right now is fuel tank and oil tank's been pressurized and the oil pan blew off of it. But the motor turns over, rods are still in it,
Yeah.
everything's in it.
Do you
Rocker
wanna
arms are still on it.
look at the nitrous lines?
Well, with all of this stuff, it melted.
Well, it melted
It
everything.
melted everything. Some nitrous lines melted off the fitting. There's a hole blown into the line down here somewhere. Yeah. So all this nitrous lines are ran right through here through the bulkhead fitting. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's chicken or the egg. You know,
We don't know. Yeah.
at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna let them open this stuff up. But wanna do a walk around and show everybody. And we broke him out. He's walking around. He's good. He's got some knee stuff.
Yeah.
His
got some-
finger. Let me see your finger.
The other fingers are better. The bubbles already melted on the other fingers. So
Yeah.
down, so I just got
Yeah.
one more.
He's got 2nd degree on his face, but he'll get better.
Yeah.
He's finally not coughing up so much smoke today.
Yeah. Not coughing up the black stuff anymore, so that's good.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And we appreciate.
Definitely appreciate all the help from everybody and well wishes. Everybody reaching out definitely helps us out. Appreciate everything, guys.
Yep.
We'll try to let you know what we know.
All right. Say bye, Steve.
Bye. Fuck you, Steve.